Hey friends, and welcome back to Path of Exile for our Day 3 update on our Chieftain Autobomber. Now, yesterday we made quite a few upgrades. We got a brand new staff, which is going to be our endgame staff. We spent 2 divs on this fracture, and then hit it with just a few Hysteria, got our okay result, and crafted on the fire damage and chance to ignite. So that is our staff right now. Other than that, we didn't do a whole lot as far as upgrading our gear. What we did do is moved into getting cluster jewels set up. So we have a couple of cluster jewels. I added in Enduring Composure to help out our Fizz max hit, and that's where that stands. Next we'll be going down here to start grabbing this Fizz max hit. And the other thing we need to do is quality all of our jewels, because all of our jewels are level 20, but they're all still 0 quality. Today the focus is on becoming more tanky, so to that end we'll be doing quality on our where is it? On our Petrified Blood, to help out with those hits. We will be grabbing an Enlighten support to put right here where we have Frostblink, and that's going to reduce the amount of reservation we have, because right now we're at, I think, 49% life, so we've reserved 51% of our life, and we should be able to utilize 55%. So a level 4 Enlighten gets us all the way back up to 55% available life. A level 3 Enlighten will get us pretty close. So Enlighten is something we want to target today. And the last thing I'm considering doing is Anointing Persistence, which is going to give us flat physical reduction on hits taken. And while it doesn't seem like a huge amount, it ends up being pretty substantial to our effective hit pool. I'm not sure if this is what I'm going to do yet. There's plenty of other options. Something like Automaton Studies is also very, very good, and so that might be what we end up doing, but we will have to see how that all works out. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump in a map and see what we're working with. So we have a T16 rare Mesa. We're just gonna jump in and see how the build is performing. Right now I'm pretty happy with how the build works. Damage is just fine. We are still using increased AoE as our 6th slot on our Fireburst, which reduces our damage, but makes the Penance Mark minions much easier to hit. And so you can see that with Fireburst increased AoE, we're able to pretty consistently hit those Penance Mark minions. The other thing we need to do is see if we can't get increased critical strikes on our Stormbrand, because what that'll do is give us a chance to persist the ignites we have, and keep the big chunky ignites on our main target. There we go. Alright, so you're just going to clear out the rest of this map. We also finally got Ignite Proliferation on our gloves, which means Inakora's clear feels much better. Another thing I'm considering doing is seeing if we can get a Valve Breach to test with, to double down on the Hinakora's damage as opposed to the Valve Fire Blast damage. We got a thing back here. Corrupted item. Corrupted item. Let's go map duplication. Okay. Just frostblinked. All right, and I forgot to do the league mechanic. The league mechanic is actually why we want to be more tanky anyway. So that's how the build feels right now. That map did have temp chains, which was really annoying, but that's how it goes. All right, hopping over to POB, this is what we're looking at. Today we've got an ignite of 174,000 for a fire burst, and that is because we are using our 6th link for increasing our AoE, which makes the Hinakoros pops feel a little better. We get substantially more damage if we want to switch this out for efficacy. You can see we get a ton more damage, but I think this is going to feel better overall, so I'm sticking with this. One thing we want to do is today we're going to quality all of these up. Burst Affliction is still not level 20. And then for everything else, we are just going to focus on becoming more tanky. So getting Enlighten over here is going to be huge. So you can see that our available life is 2070. Doing this gives us 200 more, or almost 200 more life. If we get it to level 4, we get 2,392, which is 1 more than our total recoverable. So that's really our goal. The other thing we can do is quality up our Petrified Blood. Unfortunately, this doesn't show anything in Path of Building, and it's not really going to increase our max hit. What it's going to do is increase, or rather decrease, the amount of damage that we're taking over time from hits. And I think that's really it for the plan today. I'm pretty happy with how the build is turning out. If we don't want to keep Enduring Composure over here, something we can do instead of this is put a ring on that has the mid-endurance charge and endurance charge on kill. Since we're killing so often with Penance Mark, we should be able to maintain our endurance charges pretty easily. Something else we can consider is, since we now have that endurance charge option, we can do something like this and increase our Physmax hit even more. Yeah, that's where the build stands at the end of day 3. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy, and if you want to see how this build progresses today,